Welcome to the behind the scenes of the making of Live at the Carroll Lounge. I'd like to say, first of all, shout out to my 76ers. They played today. Second round. They going to the second round of the playoffs. And they're gonna go way big. I believe they're gonna go all the way to the NBA finals. And give them a shout out to my boys right there. But let's talk about the behind the scenes of and the making of Live at the Carroll Lounge. Everybody has a funny person in their family. I wanted to focus on that funny person. But that's what the premises is. Everybody have a funny person in the family, and they get drunk. They got that cousin, they got that uncle, they got their aunt, and they get drunk, get crazy, and just start busting on everybody, start talking about people. And I use that as a way of me being a heckler. I go into this place supposed to be like a speakeasy slash comedy club. Then I had to go back to the original underground circuit, what was the Chitlin circuit back in the day, like Miles Maley, going back in the day of like Donamite and people like that, and that's the type of places they perform. Was in the basements, underground, places like that. Early, during the early 1930s and the 40s, on black people would have events, and they would sell soul food, and they would make chitlins in the kitchens, and while the entertainers, the magicians, the comedians would perform, that's what they would do. And then it started, back in the day, part of our culture, part of our black history, something that definitely the young people and the young generation, the millennials, need to know about. Even people like my age, some of them don't even know too much about what the Chitlin Circuit was about. And that's what this film is tribute, and is paying homage to that era. Using my Uncle Terry, peace and love to my Uncle Terry, using him as the comedian of the Carroll family, the way he is, his personality. I captured on his voice, and I went toe to toe with him on, go back and forth with him on that. Don't want to share everybody my little skills and my creativity that I do. Directors, and we like magicians. You can't share all your tricks. Where you went, the places that you go. Place that I went is real secretive spot. Can't tell you where is it at. It just leave you to your imagination and be like, wow, this really is some speakeasy stuff. With the bar set up, with the liquor and all that, keeping that exclusive. Ain't getting too much deep into where that was at. But certain things you can't share with everybody. You just got to leave things up to the imagination. And that's what I want to continue to try to do, is I always want to keep your mind flowing. What's going on film. And all the films that I do, that I'm going to do, because coming up, is all going to be different from each other. I'm going to do many different films with many different topics. I'm going to do films based on horror, psychological films, based on a lot of meaningful messages in each one that I do. And always going to be outside of the box. Always going to be different outside of the box. Unusual. It might be confusing to some people. It might be weird to some people. But just peep the messages, peep the creativity, and always peep everything that's going on, and understand the premises of all the films that I do. Carroll Lounge, named after, of course, the Carroll family, my mom's side of the family. And I just wanted to make something funny. The jokes that I put in there when I wrote it was everything that my Uncle Terry would definitely say. And like I said, this film is not to make fun of him and the way he talk and all that stuff like that. It's to give tribute to him, give respect to him for him being who he is. Because the true definition of being cool, the true definition of being real, is being yourself. And Uncle Terry ain't never tried to be nothing that he wasn't. That's what I love about that dude. Has no filter. So, a lot of that DNA is in myself. His filter is a little bit more filtered. When I get older, I guess when you get older, your filter definitely get more dirtier when you get older. But A lot of that DNA comes from my grandmother. Rest in peace, his mom. And Uncle Terry, if you watching this, I don't know if you ever gonna get a chance to watch this behind the scenes. But I'm just giving you a shout out. I'm giving you your flowers while you're alive, man. Giving you the much respect. You speak your mind, you say what you want to say, you do what you want to do, you live the way you want to live. That's why a lot of people hate on you. They always got something to say, but like I said, we all got our different ways. You know what I'm saying? We all got our ways, but we have to learn to give people their flowers while they're alive. Don't come to somebody's funeral and be like, "Oh, I should have been there for my brother. I should have did this more for this individual. I should have called them up more. Oh, I love that person so much. I wish I would have been around them and do this with them and do that with them." Too late. You're too late. So whatever animosity you got towards an individual, and you ain't getting along with them, you don't talk to that person for whatever reason, get over that. Squash it. Squash it. The individuals out there, y'all know who I'm talking about. That's why I said I get my uncle much respect as possible for him being him. And had to give you your flowers, dude, and your respect, man, for being you. You know what I mean? And the thing about my grandmother, Lavinia, rest in peace, grandma. But she had a wicked personality, man. Sense of humor. A wicked sense of humor. And I mean literally wicked. And that's where I get a lot of my rawness from. Lavinia Carroll, rest in peace. A lot of that DNA comes from her. My grandmother was also the comedian of the family. She loved to dance. But if she got drunk, she cursed you out in a minute with no problem. And she had a real funny sense of humor. And a lot of that DNA come from her. And I just wanted to put something together that was different or usual. I said, let me make this about a heckler. And the heckling the best way we do inside. Heckling the best way we do inside the Carroll Lounge. Like I said, it's also, like I said, I do little subliminal stuff. If people watch my stand-up quarantine that I did last year, I did some stand-up quarantine supposed to have been at the Carroll Lounge. And I used that same voice as the introduction you hear in the background. The same type of setup with the laugh track in the background, quarantine style. As things open back up, I might get cool one day with a club owner or something, and I can use a real club. But right now it's all about creativity and using what you got. That's what filming is about. Each film, hopefully, to get better and better with the lighting, the scenery, and the way I do things, and just making the magic happen for everybody. And you watch this film, man, peep the little things, peep the dialogue, and enjoy. Don't sit back and just criticize. Some people want to watch it and pinpoint every little thing. Like, oh, you could have did that better. You could have did that better. The lighting could have been better. The camera could have been straighter. This could have been done better. But cool. That's cool. I'm all open to corrective criticism. But what did you like? You like the dialogue? What you like besides what you didn't like or what should have been done better. I love to get the comments. I definitely want people to start putting more comments. Definitely give me your input. And always give me a like, subscribe to my channels. As always, like I said, I try to do the best I can do with this movie to make it funny, put a little humor in it. And I'm glad everybody, whoever watched this movie, watched it. And I definitely want you to watch it if you didn't see it. It's going to be many more short films coming by your dude, DC. Don't forget to subscribe to my new channel, Big Den Productions, on YouTube. Go Sixers. Peace and one love. Stay strong.